In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the holographic Darth Sidious and the platform droid for the Legacy Collection. And this is technically based upon his appearance in the Phantom Menace just before the battle in Naboo, where he's basically briefing Nute Gunray, Rune Hako, and Darth Maul as to what's going on. So very unusual release for Hasbro. We don't typically get single carded release action figures like this. It's kind of a borderline accessory even, but it was a pretty good release still. I actually did not get this action figure until about 2019, I think. I did not pay very much for it at all. I probably paid $15 or less loose for this. I do not have the Build-A-Droid part that accompanies this action figure. It was a leg, I think, for LAL9, which is the red, basically flamethrower droid that we see in the arena in the Tartakovsky Clone Wars series of Volume 1, which is the same episode where Asajj Ventress makes her initial appearance. So even though this is technically sourced from the Phantom Menace, I consider this like the Tartakovsky droid and holographic Sidious that we see, and that's basically when Sidious assigns Asajj Ventress the mission to hunt down Anakin Skywalker, and I think it was either episode 7 or 8 of Volume 1. But not a whole lot I can really say about this. For what little bit there is to this action figure or accessory, Hasbro did a very nice job with it. So you can take the holographic Sidious off, and it's a very nice sculpt of him. And it just plugs in right there. It is a little loose. As long as it's stationary, it usually stays into place all right. Very nice details of the folds on his robes. They did a nice job with the hood. Kind of make out his face a little bit. Now, in some ways, you could say that this is the real action figure because this is a very articulated piece. Not a whole lot I can really say beyond that, but it is nicely sculpted, and Hasbro did a really good job with it. It can take some time to get this to level properly, and it's different from various surfaces. What works for this surface doesn't work for others, I've noticed. But this is about as straight as I can get it. But sometimes if you, yeah, it can do things like that even. Printed the Hasbro manufacturing information on the front here. Wish they kind of did it somewhere else. They could have done it under here even, because obviously you're going to be looking at this from the front and then it's just right there. So as I mentioned, this is very well articulated. You have swivels all around there, and you have a swivel here as well. So you could do something like that. I think for these front legs, that's pretty much all the articulation points. So 2 for each of the front legs. Then for the body itself here, you do have some extra articulation there. Not an articulated point there. There is one here. And I think could be one there. No, there's not. So it's at this joint here, then right there. Suppose it doesn't really matter which side you want to be the front or the back. Could do that even. But yeah, that's really all I could say about this set. There's no other accessories or anything else that accompanies this. Just a droid, holographic Sidious, and then the Build-A-Droid part. But we will do a couple comparisons here real quick. Some action figures that are kind of related to the Tartakovsky scene. Here he is with Count Dooku. They do look really good together. And then one more. Have Asajj Ventress here. And they all look really good together. Definitely an essential piece if you want to reenact that scene from the original Clone Wars series. All these action figures accommodate that perfectly. So would I recommend this holographic Sidious for your collection? If you're a big fan of Clone Wars, Phantom Menace, extra accessories like this, then yes, it's very nice for what it is. I would not break the bank to go out and get one, which I don't think it's that expensive anyway, even if you get one brand new. Maybe $30 at most, but you know, it's not the most essential thing for your collection. This is one of those action figures I got where I was already auctioning or buying a few others as well, and this just happened to be listed and I could get it all shipped together, and I thought, well, for an extra $10 or $15 I'll go ahead and throw this in there. I'm glad I got it. It's very nice, and just for these three action figures together alone, it makes it worth it. Perhaps I'll make that diorama at some point from the Clone Wars series. But it's nice for what it is. I'm glad it's in my collection. But anyways, that concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for plenty more reviews in the future. There will always be more to come. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I always appreciate all your support, and check out some links in the description if you haven't done so already. Of course, as always, thanks for watching.